All right, my man, state your name and let them know you on Nicovelli TV.
There's Andre right here. I'm on Nicovelli TV.
That's what's up, man. Knick fan.
Nah, I'm not a Knicks fan.
So who's your team, man?
I don't have a team right now. I used to have a team, but right now I just follow the sport. I just love watching basketball.
Okay, that's fair enough, man. Let me tell you something, man. What's your reason of not having the Knicks as your team, man?
I feel like the Knicks is not the talent in the Knicks. It's always upper management. The management, they never align with what the players want or need, so it can never be what they're promised. You know, the Knicks are a great team. They don't have good management.
So, you think the management decisions affects what's happening on the court?
Oh, 100%. The management that's the soul. Like, that's based on your employer's performance. If you have good management, your employee is going to play better and do better. You know, they constantly switch head coaches, constantly in the news for bad publicity. So it's kind of like the players don't really perform well. You know, it's kind of like what KD said. He said the Knicks never going to get a free agent, a big star free agent, because nobody want to play under that management. You know, it's a shit show in the Garden. So that's how I feel about the Knicks. But they're promising.
Damn. Now I'm here to let you know that we're gonna make Kevin Durant eat them words, man.
I hope so. You know,
we're gonna make him. Yeah, I mean, and I know you ain't bigged up on his heart.
Oh yeah.
Because if he really was about it, right, he should have came to the Knicks.
And proved them wrong, right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you go to the Brooklyn Nets
Might as well win
for a quick fix. But let's talk about my Knicks, man, because it's not like you dislike the Knicks. You don't have a team.
No, I don't have a team.
And I'm not going to force you to become a Knicks fan, man. That's something you're going to have to do for yourself. And you know, you're going to have to come to grips with that. But you must admit, I don't know, have you been following? Because you said you're a fan of the sport. Have you seen my man, RJ Barrett?
Yeah, I've been watching RJ Barrett since he was in Canada, man. He's really, 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 really good in his IQ, his passing, his ball handling. You know, you can't ask for nobody that a better player. He has the right size. He's gonna get bigger, and there's only a amount of time before. I believe he could be MVP.
MVP?
You know, that's Steve Nash's grandson, so you know he has the people around him to make him better.
Yeah, and was you disappointed? Godson. I get it. Was you disappointed when he didn't get the Rookie of the Year? Did you think he was robbed?
Nah, I don't think he was robbed. Who got it? Ja?
Jay Morant.
Ja wasn't playing like a rookie. You know?
Okay.
He was a man amongst boys in his rookie class, so I don't think he was robbed. It just wasn't for him. He probably get most improved, MVP in 4 years, 5 years, and hopefully a championship.
So what about the team first? You don't think he should have got team first?
All rookie?
Yeah.
Did I get that?
He ain't get team first either. Oh,
no, I'll have to check out his stats and see what he did last year in terms of that, or NBA team rookie. It was times last year where he was a little spacey. I guess he hit the rookie wall, but I don't believe he got robbed. He didn't make any.
No.
Oh, then yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Now when I bring in and I mention the name as Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin, he's a New York native. Obi, you gotta go with Obi because he's a New York native. You know, New Yorkers gotta stick with New Yorkers. He has an Amari Stoudemire game that I don't know how I feel about it yet because I gotta see him, 10, 20 games in. But I like his athleticism.
Yeah.
I like his athleticism. His length, he's real long, and he's just a quirky style. It's not traditional.
Okay. And would it be safe to say that the New York Knicks is in desperate need of a guard, a point guard? That was our problem.
What happened to Frank?
That's what we want to know. What happened to Frank? Can you look in the camera and ask that question again?
What happened to Frank? Frank is good.
Oh man, you had me. Now you're losing me. What do you like in Frank Ntilikina's game?
He's just his defense, I'm a man of defense. I think defense earns you offense. You know, when I was a point guard, if you don't play defense, you don't get the ball. You know, so I like Frank's defense because he's long and his aggressiveness. He's real aggressive to get to the basket. Get to the basket.
So, you're a keeper of Frank. You think the Knicks should keep Frank?
I think they should keep him, but if they can find other better guards that's looking to win, and now, then yeah, send them off because they have RJ. You know, they have RJ. They have Kevin. He's a okay ball handler.
Well, Kevin is a small forward.
Yeah, but he can bring the ball down. You know, you need people that can make plays.
And we got this new point guard, which I was trying to set you up to, Immanuel Quickley.
Immanuel Quickley?
Quickly? Yeah, you don't know about him yet.
I don't know about what college he
Woo, Kentucky.
Kentucky. If he's a Kentucky guy, he has promise. You know, Kentucky they don't sign bad players. You know, if you look at in the last 5-7 years, every Kentucky player is a star or a star to beat. From Anthony Davis to Julius Randle, De'Aaron Fox, the list to go on. You know, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, they build stars. So Immanuel Quickley, I'll look out for him.
Yo, you better. He bust Cleveland's ass. I mean, Cleveland ain't nothing to squirrel about. But the fact is, preseason game.
Right.
Did his game. He did his thing.
Right.
22 points, 5 assists, a few steals.
Right.
Yeah. To the point where we asking, why do we even have guards like Dennis Smith Jr. or Frank Ntilikina on the roster? If Frank Ntilikina and Dennis Smith Jr. been with us a few years. Frank even before Dennis Smith Jr.
Right.
Here we got this rookie, and Immanuel Quickley, and he's putting numbers up.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that's preseason. Preseason and NBA season is two totally different games. You gotta think about the rookie wall that he might hit. Think about how intense the game's gonna be. All 48 minutes. And you need veterans, even if it's 2-3 year veterans that knows the game, and so Immanuel could smoothly transition into the game, into the NBA season.
So if he's doing that, his game is only going to elevate.
Yeah, right. But you can't. That's a good outlook for a Knicks fan, but as a basketball fan, you got to think about all the things that come in. Well, it's a short season, but in the 82 season, it's a lot of things that they.
Well, it's 10 games less this season.
Yeah, 72.
Right.
Yeah, you still got to think about everything that you might endure. There's 72 games, so they might have more practices,
Right.
So they might be a little bit more tired, less rest, because they got to get these plays down. So, we'll see. This NBA season starts tonight, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, Knicks play tomorrow. First game against the Pacers. But
is it at home?
That I don't know, and I should know that. So I apologize for not that info, but I'm not sure. Kevin Knox. Now, you saw his performance last year. What was your take on that?
He was stagnant again. He was a rookie last year. Was he?
No, he was not a rookie. This is his third year.
His third year. He was stagnant. I feel like if he get more touches and be more aggressive early on, then it will help him in the sense of just his game and running smoothly. Try not to, I guess, be too into his head,
Now, what if I told you that the guard and Immanuel Quickley is now spacing the floor, making the job so much sweeter and easier for Kevin Knox, man? Yo, let me tell you something. Downtown, when we talk about the 3-ball,
right?
My man shot 6 for 7.
Kevin Knox. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
NBA preseason though, I'm always thinking like NBA preseason is good, is to get the fans involved for the season, but it's not the NBA season. It's a different level of energy and a different level of intensity. These veterans, that's in the game 10, 15 years, they don't even take they take preseason serious, but they not even worried about preseason or preseason stats or preseason highlights. They're worrying about to get NBA season ready, fit, conditioned right, and that such. So the preseason is great, but I want to see them elevate it in the NBA season.
Okay.
Take that energy and move up with it.
What if I told you we have a coach in Tom Thibodeau?
Tom, I love Tom. His defense, that's the thing about Tom. Defense, it helps, but you need offense to win. They always say defense win championship, but offense you got to score the bucket. So if they have good scorers, not playmakers in Immanuel Quickley, but good scorers, when it's down in crunch time, they need a bucket. Who's gonna give them that bucket? Everybody needs to. All right, give me the ball. We need a play. We need to make a bucket. Do they have that player?
Okay, but what I was gonna say before you said that was that Tom Thibodeau, when the Knicks blew out the Cavs, right? Put it so I'm gonna jump the gun. Tom Thibodeau is a workaholic in my eyes.
Right.
He's working these Knicks, these kids, these babies, to the point where he don't care about the lead they got. He's focusing on the mistake that's being made to improve. And he's not treating these preseason games that the Knicks had, man, like preseason games.
Right.
He's treating it like, yo, the season started already.
Correct.
So,
in the Knicks position, that's what they need. And not saying they're a great team, but the history of the Knicks, this is what they need the energy in the preseason. In addition, the Knicks always start off good. They always start off in stride, and then something happens. I don't know what happens, but something happens where they hit a wall and they just go downhill. They just
I'm gonna tell you why it happened. When you got a coach like Fizdale,
right,
Jeff Hornacek,
right,
we had garbage coaches, man.
Well, Fizdale, he's okay.
Who did Fizdale hold accountable, man?
Fizdale is okay. He's a champion with the Miami Heat. He's a champion.
I thought he was assistant.
He's a champion. Assistant, head, trainer, he's a champ.
Would you consider Robert Horry a true champion?
Yeah. 7-time NBA champion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's more than Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Do that make him a better player than Jordan?
No.
So something strange about that number, how one of the greatest got 6, and someone who's not even nowhere compared to your performance winds up with 7. Is it safe to say that Robert Horry was a happy-go-lucky and he was on the right team at the right time?
It's safe to say that, but he produced on that team. They don't call him Big Shot Rob for nothing,
And in them big shots, what was the stats? Like 4 points?
I got to check. Most likely. But
6 points?
Most likely. But he contributed and he helped. 6 points. You don't know what he did in practice. He could have been the toughest motherfucker in practice. He could have been drilling people.
Okay.
So everything, it happens for a reason, and we don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Moving right along, man. My boy Mitchell Robinson. When I met Mitchell Robinson.
I was waiting for you to talk about him.
Talk to me, man.
Mitchell, I love Mitchell Robinson. He's a beast. I feel like Mitchell, he can be the next Anthony Davis if he puts the work into it, and the Knicks treat him right. That's the problem with a lot of Knicks stars. They don't treat them right. The Knicks do not treat them right. So if the Knicks treat Mitchell Robinson nice, I believe Mitchell Robinson and R.J. Barrett could bring the Knicks a well-deserving championship.
Only thing with Mitch, he got to learn when and not to go for a block.
Right.
Because he stay in foul trouble.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Just keep your hands up, Mitch.
Yeah.
Keep your hands up.
Yeah.
And besides that, he's a good, talented young player. With a lot of energy. He runs up the court. That's what I like Biggs to do. Run up the court. Let's get this fast-paced transition offense going,
Yeah. Okay. So, do you see the Knicks going to the playoffs?
Because of the short season, I feel like they could snag a 7th, 8th seed, depending on, how well they play in the middle of the season. When when your legs are tired, but it's time to close the game. If they could close games, then they can make 7th, 8th seed. I can see that.
All right. Now, I think you need to follow up on the Knicks, man. Not to say you don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I don't think you see the transitioning fully with clear lenses yet.
Right.
Knicks is going to be making noise. And I hope, I'm optimistic on them busting our rivalry ass when we talk about the motherfuckers across the bridge in Brooklyn.
Right.
The Brooklyn Nets, man. I want them to get in Kevin Durant's ass for saying the New York Knicks is not a cool team to play for, but yet you in their house. Very disrespectful, man.
I don't think the Nets is going to be as good as people think they are.
Oh, man, you're making me happy. Finally, man. Let's elaborate on it. Talk to me, man.
Just, for one, I believe they have too many guards. It's KD's first time or second time playing at the 4. So I got to see how he does with that. And I feel like the chemistry, the team chemistry, because, Kyrie's always in headlines. Headlines make a lot, of the team chemistry. So I feel like the team chemistry, if headlines is still being made, like bad headlines, bad publicity still being made, the team chemistry won't be as KD and Kyrie think it's going to be. Like what Kyrie said one night, he feel like everybody could be a coach, or him and KD could be the coach on the team at whatever night. And
oh, wow.
So, with Steve Nash being a first-year coach, I don't think that's something
to be worried, concerned about.
Yeah, who's coaching what or who's doing what. So I don't think the Nets is going to be as promising as they would like to be, or as people think they be.
And you don't see Kevin Durant being on the Nets for
No, I don't see Kyrie being on the Nets for a long time.
Oh, so you see Kevin Durant being on the Nets longer than?
Yeah, I don't think Kyrie is gonna be on the Nets for a long time. For the simple fact is, I believe that Steve Nash is gonna put Kyrie more of a facilitator.
Right.
And knowing Kyrie's game, he's not gonna
fit well with that.
But this is just my opinion.
I hope you're right.
Nash is,
I hope you're right. I listen. I wish them motherfuckers no success. I have no problem saying it, man. Now, Kevin Durant with his injury.
You've seen him. It looks like he's back. People saying he's back. But then again, it's preseason. Let's see if you can make those sharp turns and cuts to the basket and finish hard in a regular season when people is really trying to win games for championship spots. Or if it's fourth quarter, do you have that win still? Do you still have that win, or is your legs tired or something? So I got to see in the real season when it really counts,
But you think the Knicks can have the Nets number this season?
Yeah. How many games they play? 4?
What?
They're in the same division, right? So they got to play
at least 4 games.
At least 4. I believe they could tie the series or at least get it 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah. But then I got to see how the Knicks play.
Yo.
I got to see how the Knicks play.
Knicks is a different breed, man. We got young boys, man. It's like a Kentucky family.
Right.
With the Knicks. You said it yourself. Kentucky breeds
stars.
Huh?
He players that can play.
Yo, we got some players, man. We still got Julius Randle. Some is split with him. Some say, let him play, get his trade value up, and then trade him off. Some people wasn't too thrilled with him, how he was turning over the rock last season, playing like a point guard when he's the power forward. Some say he's the reason why RJ didn't get the Rookie of the Year. Like, RJ could have contended more for it if the season was longer and if he had more looks, which RJ was refusing to pass, pass the rock to.
But also with Rookie of the Year, it's like you have to win. Like, that's the thing with these awards. If you're not winning, they're not looking at you,
So he could have very well deserved it, but being that the Knicks didn't make the postseason.
Yeah, they didn't make the bubble.
Right.
Had they made the bubble or contended for the bubble, in contention with the bubble, then they would have been cool, He would have got it, or even second, third, fourth, or whatever in it, wherever he would have been at. But they wasn't winning, so they wasn't really getting looked at. As opposed to Ja, where he was putting on shows and he was winning, and every other week you seen the highlight of Ja Morant.
Okay.
So it's not about skill. Or it's a little bit about skill, but it's not all about skill or promise. It's about, can you win now? And RJ wasn't doing that.
Okay. All right. But for the most part, you like what you see in RJ's game overall.
Yeah, I love RJ's game.
All right.
He's a different.
All right. And last but not least, should Frank Ntilikina start as a second unit on the Knicks? You said you like his defense.
Right. Who's?
We got Alfred Payton, who's going to start the first game.
I don't like Alfred. I never liked Alfred from Orlando. But he's a good passer. Who's the second lineup? Like, who's coming off the bench? Second row, second.
We have no idea now with Thibs. Who I would like to see? Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Immanuel Quickley, and another player. Immanuel Quickley. But definitely them four. And there's one more I'd like to see on the floor with them.
I'll have Frank start at one, but not bring the ball down. I'll have RJ bring the ball down because I have more confidence in his ball handling and passing IQ. And he's bigger, so he's not going to get pushed around at the top, But Frank can start because of his defense. He brings that intensity in the defense, and he's long enough to defend these well-equipped point guards.
I got to ask you something, man. What do you see in Frank?
His intensity, I'll tell you. I like
what intensity, man?
He's intense.
Do you know he's
to be? That's the thing. When he wants.
When he
to
got
be
a team, friends.
When he, because I look at him when he first came. When he first came into the league, he was aggressive. He wasn't backing down from nobody, not the stars, nothing. So he has that when he wants to have it. He just got to bring it.
This is his third year.
Right. This is his contract year, so he's gonna bring it. He has to bring it.
Oh, so I get it. Play well when it comes to the bag, but don't play well when it comes to the game of the sport. I get it now.
Hey,
I get
that's
it.
how some people think,
I get it. So basically, we need ball players who ain't chasing the bag.
Basically.
Because I don't even think Frank's chasing the bag.
You don't think so?
Not when you averaging 5 points per game as a point guard.
Well, we're going to see this year because this is his contract year, so he has to bring that shit up.
Or he's fired as a New York Knicks point guard.
Yeah, New York Knicks.
He might be chasing his job, but he ain't showing me nothing else he's chasing after, man. This is your livelihood, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to bring it, man.
Yeah,
You got to bring it. And we got Immanuel Quickley, who we call IQ, and he shows the IQ on the court. Kid is nasty,
man. So you feel like you could just let go Frank because you have Immanuel?
Hells to the year. Hells yeah. And Immanuel Quickley plays defense.
I feel like it's too early in both of their careers,
Okay. I say this. Let this be Frank Ntilikina's trial period.
Right.
This season right here. If he don't produce, he got to go, man. It hurts me to say that because I want him to do well. I see what you see as far as his defense. But there's another half of the game that needs to be played.
Right.
That's offense.
Exactly.
We need him to score, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing defense now the way Coach Thibs got it. He turned the team into a defensive, outlet when we speak to these kids. So Frank Ntilikina's defense ain't going to stand out as if it was previous years because everybody's playing defense now.
Right.
So what is he going to do that's going to stand out as a point guard?
Got to level up his game, increase his shooting, and just be aggressive. When I say be aggressive, I'm not saying fouling people, but take the shots you would take. Don't be scared to take shots. Don't be scared to make mistakes. Just be an aggressive approach. He's not from America, so. He's from overseas, so they play with aggression. Overseas players, they ball out. So he just got to bring that into the league.
All right, my man. With that being said, we got a Harlem night talking about these Knicks. He don't have a team, so I don't even know where to place him at, man. But he's watching.
I'm definitely watching the Knicks.
Yeah, and hopefully you make the Knicks your home in your heart, not just according to the address, man. And with that being said, we out. Peace.